Tipped out of bounds and stays with the Bolts. Okay. Cody's going to dribble around. Kale's going to try to get the ball on three, and it is no good. Nate gets the rebound but falls on the ground with a foul. Foul on number 30, Dylan Hoshek. Someone please correct me if I say that wrong. Rory Harris going to go up for the three, and it is short. Michael Schreier comes up with the rebound, and Devin McKinley is going to bring the ball down the floor. He hands it off to Adam Greiner, who pulls up for the three and gets it. And the score is 3-0 Redhawks. Cody with a long pass to Nate in the corner. They're going to get it back to Cody, and he's going to try to make something happen. He's going to give it to Rory on the outside, and they're just going to keep moving it around. Give it to Nate on the inside, back to Cody on the outside. And a foul on number 1, Gabe Capriva. Cool. The Bolts are going to clear and they're out of bounds. And Cody's going to set it back up. Red Hawks sitting a very active 2-3 at the moment. And Carson's going to go for a 3, and he doesn't. Just kidding. The Bolts get a high post to Nate, and Carson sits back out for the 3. Tries to get it back to Nate, but the ball is tipped away by the Red Hawks. That was number 36. Sorry, number 30. The Red Hawks get Dylan Hoshek on the inside, and he gets called for a travel after taking it up. The Bolts put Trayton Travis in for Carson Scroggins. Yeah, I'm good. And Cody brings the ball down the floor. Trayton's sitting at high post right now. And the Bolts just swing on the perimeter looking for something on the inside with Nate running baseline. Good pass by Kale, and Trayton goes up. It's short, but he gets fouled. Foul called on number 5, Devin McKinley. Trayton's first free throw is no good. And number 3, I have 2 number 3s on my roster. But number 3 comes in for Dylan Hoshek. Trayton's second free throw falls good, and they get the ball inbounded to Devin McKinley. It's like both teams are sitting in a man, and it's working pretty well for the Bolts as they get the steal by Trayton Travis. Cody's going to try to take it all the way, but he kicks it out to Nate, who fakes a 3 and drives in. Getting called for a travel as the ball gets touched. Not really tipped. McKinley brings the ball up the floor, hands it off to Michael Schreier. Passes it back to McKinley. Playing really tight defense on Gabe Capriva. They know he could score. The Red Hawks pass it around a little bit, trying to get some sort of a hole in the Bolts man. They see it, but Cale Johnson tips it, and the ball goes back to the Bolts. Looks like the Red Hawks started in a man, but they're going to sit in their 2-3 now. It's working pretty well for them. Nate fakes another 3 and drives in. Cody's going to take the 3, and he's going to make it, making our score 4-3 Bolts. McKinley with the ball, the handoff to Capriva. He's going to take the ball in, but someone gets called for a foul. Rory gets called for a foul. They're trying to fight through that screen. Number 34, Thomas Hulm, comes in for the Red Hawks. And he's going to get the ball off the inbounds. Number 23, Griner takes a shot, and it goes long. Cody Damon comes up with the ball. He takes it all the way in, and it falls good. Another handoff play. The Red Hawks ran, but 23 pulls up long, and he makes them, but that one was short. Bolts swinging around, give it to Nate on the outside, and his shot goes long. Rory is able to save the ball, and Cody Damon's going to pull up for the 3. It also goes long, and the Red Hawks come off with a rebound. McKinley takes the ball as far as he can, but Cody's defense stops him. Griner has a nice pass inside, but his teammate cannot catch it. Cody again is going to take it as far as possible until he passes out to Rory. Rory standing basically under the hoop, but gets the shot to go in. Another good try to number 3, who I'm sorry, I do not. It's either Adam Stalker or Camden Clausen is number 3. But another good pass to him that he just cannot handle. Kale gives the ball to Nate in the corner. Nate's going to pass up to Cody, who swings it to Rory. Rory pulls up for the 3, and it is short. But Trayton gets the rebound, and the Bolts are going to set it back up. Cody seeing as far as he can go before he can make something happen, and the Redhawks get the rebound. Redhawks setting up basically the same play they've played the entire time, but it's going a little different. Greener with the ball passes to 34, Thomas Hulm in the corner, and that was a good shot. Kale's shot is short, and the Bolts tip it out of bounds. And the ball goes to the Redhawks. Okay, I don't know what's going on, but I don't have a 24 on my roster. I have a 34, and I'm pretty sure that's him. So I'm going to keep pretending it's him. Okay, Redhawks are setting up the same pick and roll play. Get it back to number 3 on the outside. He passes it down to Thomas Holm again, and he gets another shot. I mean, they should keep running that all night. They've gotten the score back into a 1-point game when it was a 5-point game. Cody gets the ball at the top. He's going to pass to Rory in the corner. Cody's trying to make something happen. He's looking for Nate. Gets the ball to Trayton. Kale in the corner, passes back up to Cody. Bolts get to high post. Outside for Rory for the 3. And that one is short, but Nate gets the rebound. Almost hits him in the face. And Nate's going to take the shot, and it falls out. And Greener with the rebound. Redhawks not looking to push the ball. They're taking their time setting up plays, and it's working for them. Same play again. He gets it again. And this time he's tipped out of bounds, knocked out of bounds. And Carson Scroggins comes back in for Trayton to guard that tall guy. Gabe Capriva gets the ball off the inbounds, and he's going to have to set up their offense. Passes it off to Greener, just gets it back, and dribbles out of bounds. Okay, 50 seconds left in the first quarter. Our score 8-7, and Cody's going to take his time getting the ball up the floor. Gives it to Nate at the bottom. Great pass to Nate McMiniman. He puts up the easy 2. Redhawks hand it off to Greener. He's going to see as far as he can go, and he's going to pull up for the shot. It gets blocked by Kale, and he gets his own rebound, and the ball tipped out of bounds, and the Bolts get the ball. Cody passes to Kale. Kale goes to Carson at high post. Carson takes it all the way in, misses a little jumper, gives it good idea pass to Nate, but it gets tipped by the Redhawks. Redhawks push the ball, trying to get their last shot in the next 10 seconds. Gabe Capriva gets the handoff pass, tries to force up a shot, but he doesn't get anything called for him. With less than a second left, Carson tries to take the shot, but realizes it's not worth it. So at the end of 1, Gabe Capriva, their leading scorer, sits with 0. Their second leading scorer, Devin McKinley, also sits with 0. I think the Bolts definitely talked about that and focused on that. But on the flip side, Cody Damon has 0 points. Or he had a 3, so he has 2 maybe. Okay, Cody has 5. So Cody Damon has 5, which is not a lot for him. And the Redhawks definitely knew what the Bolts were trying to do on their inbounds plays. I want to apologize again for how late we started and our scoreboard issues at the beginning of the game. We had a lot of issues with the game time being moved up. If anyone has anything to say, please comment and let me know what I can change. And if you know which number 3 has played, that would also be nice. Okay, so we start the second quarter, a 10-7 game, a one-possession game. The Red Hawks look like they're starting their starters, except 34 Thomas Holm is in. He is getting a lot of tips on the defense and a lot of rebounds, too. He's a good player. He's tall. Carson's shot gets blocked, I think, by Thomas Holm. And he gets the rebound, and they are able to push the ball up the floor. Devin McKinley looking for Gabe Capriva, but he's not open unless it's a handoff, which that was. Cuts to the basket, can't get anything to happen, but gets the rebound, pushes it back up, and gets blocked by Rory. Rory's going to take the ball up hard on the left side. Gets trapped in the corner, but is able to lob it up to Cody. Cody passes to Nate on the other wing, and Nate goes for the three, and it goes... It doesn't go in. People fight for the rebound, and I think Rory gets called for a foul by trying to get that rebound from behind people. Oh, it wasn't Rory, it was Carson. Carson jumped over someone's back for a rebound. Okay, McKinley takes the ball off the court. Looks like the Red Hawks are going to set up a new play. Gabe Capriva gets the ball on the outside, passes to Michael Schreier. They swing it to the corner. He shoots the three, and it goes long. Nate comes up with the rebound, and Cody's going to push the ball down the floor. He swings it to Carson. Oh, sorry. Cale Johnson. He pulls up for the three, and it was short. Handoff to Capriva. Gets nudged by Rory. Might have been a foul. Pass to Thomas, and Thomas Holm on the block. He makes a post move, gets the foul called on Carson. His second foul. And he's going to shoot his free throws. His first free throw is no good, and the Bolts sub Travis and Clapper in for Scroggins and McMillan. His second free throw is good, making our score a 2-point game. And Cody's going to bring the ball up the floor. Cody finds the high post, who's going to take it himself. Shot's long, he doesn't get anything. But Clapper gets the rebound, and a foul is called on number 20, which is Michael Schreier. The Red Hawks definitely have the Bolts inbounds plays memorized, as they are able to see everything that happens really easily. So McKinley, I think it was Capriva goes up for the shot. Rory gets the charge called on him. I think he hits his head on the floor. Everyone kind of fell on top of each other there. And number 13, Jared Dvorak, is going to come in for him, give him a breather. Bolts get it to high post, and he's gonna travel. Red Hawks get it to Dvorak on the wing. He passes a good pass inside to Thomas Holm, who tries the backside layup, but it goes long. Cody's gonna try to get the ball down the floor, or he's gonna get the ball on the floor. He looks for Rory, but can't find him. Rory swings it to Cale. Cale swings it back to Rory, and the Bolts are going to throw it around for a little while. Good defense by the Red Hawks, keeping the Bolts from getting anywhere inside the three-point line. Cale tries a little jumper, and it's short. Everyone fights for that rebound, and it gets tipped around, and Gabe Capriva comes back in for Jared Dvorak. And Nate McMillan comes in for Cale Johnson. Oh, sorry, Gabe Capriva came in for Devin McKinley. Trice makes a very contested little block shot, and Capriva is going to bring the ball up the floor. Takes it as far as he can and passes it out to Dvorak, who can't handle the ball. And the Bolts get the ball at the turnover. Get the ball high post, low post, little action there. And gets a foul called on the floor on Greener. It's his first foul. Little confusion on the score table. Capriva should have 2 fouls because he got one early on and then a charge. And I think that's what they're talking about, is I don't know who that charge was being called on. And then they just called that foul on number 5, but number 5 was getting ready to check in. 5 comes in for Capriva, who has 2 fouls, maybe? 5 is Devin McKinley. Redhawks aren't letting the Bolts get anything inside their inbounds plays, anything out of them, which usually they do get a lot out their inbounds plays. Big pass to Rory in the corner. Good thing he can jump. High post to Nate, who is going to see how far he can get it. Pass out to Cody. Cody, a very contested 3-point shot, falls short. And Rory goes for the rebound and knocks it out of bounds. McKinley's going to bring the ball up the floor. Pass it out to Michael Schreier. He gives it to Thomas Holm, and they're going to look for Griner, and they can't find him. Cody comes up with the rebound. He tries to take it in, but the defense stops him. But Trayton's going to take it all the way in and gets a good left-handed layup out of it. Hand off to Greener. And they find McKinley in the corner. His shot goes long, and Holm gets the rebound. He's going to try the other corner, and that one also goes long. Cody takes it all the way in, and he gets a block called on Greener. That is his first foul. It's a bonus, so Cody gets to take his 1-on-1 shot. Rebound by Thomas Holm, and McKinley's going to take the ball down the floor. They get the ball inside to Holm, who's having a great night. He's got 7 points in the first half. Bolts pass the ball to the Redhawks, I guess. McKinley's going to take it all the way. Great take. Gets the 2 points. And Cody's going to dribble the ball on the floor. Cody gets the ball to Nate at high post. Nate's going to take the little jumper, and it falls short. And Dvorak gets the rebound. Schreier with the ball on the wing. Passes to Griner. Griner fakes the pass, drives in, passes it back out to Schreier, who shoots the 3, and it goes off. 2-point game here at Baxter with about 2.5 minutes left in the second quarter. Nate gets the ball at high post, kicks it back out to Rory, who fakes a shot, step back, fakes a shot again, passes to Cody, and Cody's going to splash his second 3 of the night. Passes out to Griner in the corner. He's unable to handle it and get a shot off. Passes out to... Sorry, that was Dvorak. Griner passes it to Schreier. And McKinley with the ball on the top. Dvorak passes in to two of the Red Hawks. They don't know whose it is, and they kind of tip it around. Cody Damon takes the ball all the way inside. He's got 10 points. Half the Bolts points. Schreier passes the ball to McKinley. McKinley drives all the way in, but passes out to Holm, who misses his easy shot. And Cody's going to dribble the ball on the floor. What's new? Passes out to Rory. Rory fakes a shot, drives in. Gets blocked by Holm. But he's going to pass out to Nate for the three, and Nate's three is short. Griner gets the rebound but falls out of bounds with it, and Kale Shepley is going to come in for Rory. Bolts get nothing off the inbounds play but find Nate at the high post. His shot falls short, and McKinley comes up with the ball. Less than a minute left in the first half of basketball, and the Bolts are up by 7. Griner with the ball on the three-point line, drives in, passes out to McKinley. McKinley's going to take it in. Gets a foul called on Trice Clapper. McKinley makes his first free throw. 43 seconds left in the first half. Up by 6. Bolts are up by 6. Misses his second, but Holm gets the rebound. Goes back up with it, and it goes long. Trayton comes up with that rebound. And Cody Damon's going to dribble it on the floor. He's taking his time. No reason to rush. Trayton looks for Trice Clapper on the inside. Can't get anything. Cody's going to take it in and gets a block called on Griner. It's his second foul. Cody makes his first one-on-one free throw, putting the Bolts up by 7 and giving Cody 11 points. Cody misses his second, but Trice attempts the rebound, and they get the and who was that? Schreier knocks the ball out of bounds, and the Bolts get the ball back. So I think I was wrong earlier about that charge. I think it was on McKinley, because they still have 3 fouls on the scoreboard. Nate gets the ball in the little short corner and puts the shot in. Griner's going to dribble the ball in and loses it. 4 seconds left, and the Redhawks drive in. And nobody gets their last second shot. Okay, so halftime, Bolts are up 22-13 in a very low-scoring basketball game for these two teams. So, Gabe Capriva for the Redhawks, number 1, has no points, I think, so far. And he is averaging 16 on the season, but in the last 4 games, he's averaging 20. He had a 31-point game last Saturday against Colo and a 24-point game the day either before or after against Meskwaki. So he's definitely scoring a lot, and the Bolts are doing a very good job recognizing that and not letting him score. Last time these two teams met, let's see. The first time they met, the Bolts won 50-35, and the last time they met, the Bolts won 62-47. So a higher scoring than the second time. At halftime the last time they met, the Bolts had 25 and the Redhawks had 33. So a little different at halftime last time. But then second half, the Redhawks, Bolts, I don't know what changed, but the defense on the Bolts clamped. So, pretty even both times they played. Bolts with a very basic control in the game, and I think the Redhawks are hoping to change that this time. But I don't think they'll be able to change it if they don't get Capriva to score. So the scoreboard changed again. I guess Devin McKinley only has 1 foul. They changed it from 3 to 1. And I do think Capriva has 2. I'm pretty sure he was the one that charged. So Capriva has 2 fouls, no points. McKinley has 1 foul and 3 points. And Thomas Holm has 0 fouls and 7 points for the Redhawks, more than half their points. And the same for the Bolts. Cody Damon has no fouls and 11 points, which is half of the Bolts' points. So Capriva is averaging 16.2 a game. Devin McKinley is averaging 9.5. And Adam Greener, who has 3 points so far, is also averaging 9.5. Other than that, Schreier, their other starter, number 20, is averaging 4 points a game. And their 5th starter, Dylan Hoshik, which is how I heard RAD say it. He is averaging 3 points a game. Holm is coming off the bench and also averaging 3 points a game. It was the last game the Redhawks played. Gabe Capriva had 27 points. And then their game against Colo, he had 31. Which is a lot. As a team, Redhawks are shooting 31% from the field, 27% from the free throw or 3-point line, and 55% from the free throw line, which I don't think we've seen tonight, because I think they're 2 for 4 tonight so far. So this is a postseason basketball game. The winner of this game has to play not in Baxter. And because it's postseason, I'm not allowed to have ads. Bear with me for a second while I look up the bracket and find out where the winning team plays next. The Redhawks definitely came prepared for this game. I don't think the Bolts have scored off their inbounds, which is usually the place they score the most. I don't think I've seen them have this many empty inbounding possessions. At the same time, the Redhawks are a huge three-point shooting team, especially in the last couple games, and the amount of threes they've shot tonight definitely is not as many as normal. Okay, I think I got it. So the winner of this game is going to Meskwaki to play the winner of the Meskwaki-Collins-Maxwell game. Collins-Maxwell is 7-14 and 14. Meskwaki is 16-3. Baxter is 13-7, and North Tama is 8-13. So opposite records. The winner of that game plays at West Marshall, which is interesting because West Marshall is not in the bracket. If you want to find the brackets there on varsitybound.com, you can also go to ihsaa.com and look for the brackets. Bolts are in district. Bolts and Redhawks are in districts 8 and 10. Sorry, 9 and 10 in Sub-State 5. If anyone wants to find that. Again, if anyone wants to tell me which number 3 has played so far from North Tama, I feel really bad. I'm probably just going to look it up on Quick Stats, see if I can find out which one it is. And if anyone wants to tell me if I'm pronouncing Thomas Holmes' name right. Or Hume. Hume? Something like that. That would be greatly appreciated. Thank you. Okay, I think number 3 is Camden Clausen because that's what Quick Stats says. And Quick Stats also says number 24 is Thomas Holman. Ours says 34. So I'm going to go ahead and say his name is Camden Clausen. If anyone has an update on the Collins Maxwell Meskwaki score, which is the winner of that, will be playing one of these two teams next. Can't find anything on the internet about it. And that game is at Meskwaki, and they have a broadcast you have to pay for, so I can't go and check the score myself. Okay, so their scoreboard says Gabe Capriva has 3 fouls. I only remember 2 of them. But he's got 3 fouls and no points. And Devin McKinley has 1 foul and 3 points. Both teams look like they're coming out with their regular starters. To reiterate, those are for the Redhawks, it's Gabe Capriva, Devin McKinley, Michael Schreier, Adam Greener, and Dylan Hosick. And for the Bolts, it's Rory Hare, Cale Johnson, Carson Scroggins, Cody Damon, and Nate McMiniman. The Redhawks only have 1 senior starter, so they're probably going to be pretty good next year. They play really well together this year, which you wouldn't expect from their variety of starters. 1 senior, 3 juniors, and a sophomore. The Bolts have 1 senior, 1 junior, 2 juniors, 1 senior, 2 juniors, and 2 sophomores. We're 30 seconds away from starting our second half of basketball here in Baxter against the North Tama Redhawks. I'm guessing in the locker room the Red Hawks talk about pushing the ball more because their coach looked like he wanted them to play a little faster, get back on defense a little quicker, that type of thing. And the Bolts need to work on rebounding for sure. The Red Hawks are definitely tall. They have that height advantage on the Bolts. We'll start with the Red Hawks ball. Now going their half. And the Bolts are going to play their traditional man defense. The Red Hawks started a man, but switched to 2-3 after about 2 possessions, which I've seen them play more at 2-3 this season, so I was surprised they started a man. Capriva gets the ball way on the outside, passes to Greener. He's going to try to drive and dishes it to McKinley. McKinley passes, gets his back. Gets the ball at the top of the key and pulls up for the 3. And goes up long, gets his own rebound. Tries to go up, passes the ball to Hosek, who gets a great dive on the ground. And the Red Hawks come up with the ball. Schreier at the top of the key with the ball, passes to McKinley, passes to Greener, gets it to Capriva. Capriva's going to try to take it in, but can't get very far with Rory up tight on him like that. McKinley gets the ball up top, passes to Greener on the inside, gets a little jumper over Cody, and it gets tipped by Cody, I think. And Greener gets the ball on the 3-point line. Pulls up, and it goes a little off. Red Hawks, like I said, take a lot of threes, and they normally fall better than this. I think that's something they're going to probably want to improve the second half. No call on the floor, but I think that might have been a charge. But Nate goes up for the shot, doesn't get anything. Cody gets called for a block on McKinley. His shot doesn't fall, so he's going to get 2 free throws. Okay, so someone said the Meskwaki game starts at 7 tonight, so that would make sense why I can't find a score. McKinley's first free throw. Doesn't fall. Oh, so I guess he did make the shot, so they think it's a 1-and-1. Which means it would be white ball now because he missed it and nothing happened. Okay, so it was a 1-and-1. Nobody knew it was a 1-and-1, and I guess the ref didn't know it was a 1-and-1. But McKinley's got 5 points now. The Bolts are going to take the ball up the floor on their half now. Going to take it to Johnson on the outside. Quick pass to Scroggins at high post, and he loses the ball, and McKinley takes it. Takes it as far as he can. Passes to Schreier on the outside. He passes it to Griner. Back to McKinley, who's going to drive baseline. Goes all the way in. Gets blocked and gets the foul called and gets to take more free throws. He's going to get 2 free throws this time because I know for sure he did not make that last shot. Misses the first free throw. And it's a 7-point game here in Baxter. Gets the second one to fall, though. Devin McKinley is a 68% free throw shooter, so guess it's an off night for him. Cody's going to get the ball at the top, going to try to slow things down. Johnston at the corner, back to Damon, passes to Carson at high post, kicks it out to Rory, back to Kale. Kale loses the ball a little bit. I guess they want a double dribble called, but I don't think he had control enough to get the double dribble called. Cody's going to hold the ball on the outside. Looks like the Bolts are definitely trying to slow things down. And it doesn't work for them because the Red Hawks come up with the ball. McKinley's going to take the ball down slowly, get a screen from, just kidding, he's going to fake the screen. Good pass out to Greener, who gets a little jumper and misses it. Hosek is on the ground with the ball, and I guess gets the timeout called in time. Haas doesn't think he got it, and it should be been a travel. But it's a good play by Hosek to get on the ground and get that ball. So we have a 30-second timeout. with 5:30 left in the third quarter. Our score at the end of the first quarter, I think, was pretty close to this. I don't think either of these teams scored a lot in the second quarter. I think the Redhawks only had like, I don't know. I shouldn't say that because I could be really wrong. I feel like it's a very low scoring game though for both these teams. They usually don't. It's usually not this low at third quarter. Okay, Redhawks got the ball out of bounds and the Bolts sitting at 2-3. Nice inbounds play to get the ball to Capriva for an easy 2 points, and he's on the board. Dam is going to take the ball up the floor, passes to Johnston, who gets it to Carson at high post, gives it back to Cody, back to Carson at high post, kicks it out to Rory. Rory's pass gets tipped by McKinley, who goes up for the shot and gets fouled by Johnston. He is he's either 1 for 4 or 2 for 5 from the free. I think he's 2 for 5 from 3 free throws. And he's a 68% shooter. So maybe he'll make both these. Never mind, he misses the first one. Trey and Travis comes in for Rory. And it's a 4-point game here in Baxter. I don't think the Redhawks have had a lead, but they have had a lot of comebacks. I think they came back, had a 7-point run, and now it's a 3-point game because he made that second free throw. The Bolts get it to McMiniman in the corner. Get it to Carson at high post and back to Johnston. He's going to pull up for the 3, and it is flat. It's short. Cody gets called for a block. It's his first foul of the night. Just kidding. I think it's his second foul of the night. Yep, that's Cody's second foul. He's 11 points still, though. McKinley with the ball. He is 7 points tonight. Capriva's got the ball way out wide. Gets a screen, fakes the screen, gets it to Greener on the outside, fakes a shot, gets it back to Capriva on the backside. He's going to get that 3, and it's going to fall, not fall. Capriva goes in, doesn't get the foul called, but gets his own rebound. Forces the ball up and travels first. Rory checks back in for Cale Johnston. Redhawks looking to trap at the top, but they get the ball to Carson, who passes it to Nate, and the ball gets tipped, and Redhawks get another steal. McKinley's going to take it all the way in, and he gets a foul called on the floor. He is doing a lot better job this half of driving to the basket, which is something he does a lot most games. Gets to the hole really well. Clapper comes in for Carson Scroggins. Schreier gets the ball in the inbounds, gives it back to McKinley, gives it to Greener. Greener's going to try to dribble in. Can't really make anything happen, but he does get a shot off, and it goes in. That was a really nice contested shot he made. And it is a 1-point game here in Baxter. Redhawks are doing a great job of climbing back, stopping the Bolts from score, get a lot of tips. Getting a lot of tips, drawing a lot of fouls. Cody misses a shot, but Carson gets the rebound, and Greener gets called for his third foul of the night. In the second half, in this third quarter, the Bolts have 5 fouls, and North Tama only has 1, which is a lot different from the first quarter where Bolts were in the bonus. And I was wrong. Greener now has 3 fouls. Trice misses his first free throw, and Thomas Holm is going to come in for him. For Greener, sorry. Trice's second free throw is good, and the Redhawks are looking to push the ball, trying to tie this ball game, you know. McKinley is going to get a screen from Capriva. Holm is going to pull up for the 3, and it's short. But the Red Hawks get the rebound. Great save by Schreier. Capriva pulls up for a long three, and it's good to give the Red Hawks a 1-point lead. It looks like the Bolts wanted a foul called or something called, and looks like Nate McMiniman stepped on the court while inbounding the ball because the Bolts wanted something to happen. Okay, so the Red Hawks get the ball back after an interesting turnover. Capriva gets the ball, tries to force a shot up, gets fouled. I do not know by who because he was being triple teamed. Fouled by Trice? Yeah. Okay, so that was his second foul, and he has 3 points on the night. Capriva makes his first free throw. He is a 66% free throw shooter. It's a very good free throw shooting team. Not something you want to happen 6 fouls in the third quarter. I think the bonus might hurt the Bolts. So the Red Hawks are up by 2 in our district basketball game. Cody decides to take it in his own hands and gets his 13th point of the night. It's tying our score. McKinley gets a screen, his 3 falls short, and Trice Clapper comes up with a rebound. Cody's gonna drive in the lane. His shot falls good, and he's got 15 points on the night. Red Hawks set up that play that works so well. I was going to say it worked so well for home, got a lot of shots off that, but McKinley traveled before getting the ball to Hosick. And the Bolts get the ball back. Lots of turnovers in the second half. I think both teams are trying to play faster, get a bigger lead. And it's not working or is working. I don't know, but Treyton Travis is a 3, and the Bolts are up by 5 now. Red Hawks look like they're trying to start playing with some urgency, which we did not see in the first half. McKinley tries to drive in. The ball gets tipped by Nate McMiniman. Great play diving on the floor for it. Schreier goes all the way in, passes to Hosick. Tries to make a post move, but it's too far under the hoop, and the Bolts come down with the rebound. Cody's getting tipped and smacked all over the place, but, you know, it's friendly. Greener comes back in for Hosick, and the Bolts get the ball on the sideline after Capriva tips it out of bounds. Travis gets the ball, passes to Rory in the corner. He's going to try for the 3, and it's short. Treyton Travis gets his own the rebound. Rory gets the ball on the 3-point line, passes over to Cody. Cody, the quick 3 is also short. And Schreier comes up with the rebound, gives it to McKinley. Griner pulls up for the 3, but it was short, and Rory here comes off with the rebound. Travis dribbles the ball down the floor, passes to Rory on the skip side. Gives it to Damon at the top. The ball gets tipped again. Good plays by the Red Hawks, diving all over the floor trying to get the ball. And McKinley grabs the ball, stepped out of bounds, but dang, they came to play. Jared Dvorak comes back in for McKinley. He looks a little gassed after all that running around. It's amazing how aggressive the Red Hawks are being while also playing clean. It's very impressive. I think Cody Damon would disagree with me, but I think it's pretty clean. The Bolts are swinging around the perimeter. Can't get much inside the 3-point line. Can't get much at all, really. But Cody's going to step up and pull the 3. And Greener comes off with a rebound. Like I said, these Red Hawks are very tall. They're getting a lot of rebounds, and that is something that's probably end up hurting the Bolts, that and fouls. Thomas Holm gets called for 3 seconds in the lane, and another turnover leading to a Baxter possession. 5-point game with 36.8 left in the third quarter. Big pass to Treyton Travis, passes back to Cody. Rory on the other side. Drives baseline, can't make anything happen. Passes it to Cody, who gives it over to Trayton. He's going to pull it for the 3, and it goes short. But the Bolts get the rebound, and Rory's going to put too much on it. And Schreier comes off with a rebound, throws it down to Greener, who's going to dribble the ball up the floor. With 5 seconds left, try to make something happen, but Trayton Travis fouls him. Oh, it's a 1-on-1 now, so he's going to get a shooter's free throw. He misses it, and Trice Clapper gets the rebound, throws it to Nate. And again, no buzzer beaters in this game. I'm pretty upset about that, how no team has gone on their half with little time left in the score. Okay, we're going to this fourth quarter with a 5-point game. The Bolts up on the Red Hawks. McKinley looks like he's checking back in for Dvorak, who is a freshman, but playing pretty well. Kelsey walks right in front of our camera. Yeah. Okay, I'm Allie. Okay, thank you. Okay, for everyone wondering, I'm Allie. Zach is at work, so he couldn't do the broadcast tonight, but he will be back to broadcast the girls' game tomorrow. The girls, Baxter's girls, take on HLB. I do not know their mascot. And that will be at Baxter too, but it will be broadcasted by Zach Backus. The Red Hawks girls team last Thursday played Waterloo Christian and lost by 10. Waterloo Christian's pretty good. Okay, Capriva's got the ball at the top of the key, close to the top of the key. Gives it over to McKinley. He's looking for Holm at the bottom, but Carson's doing a good job playing defense on him. He pulls up over Cody, misses it, but Holm gets the rebound, misses his shot, gets another rebound. McKinley puts it back up for an easy 2 points, making us a 3-point game. And the Bolts go into the Bolts go into the fourth quarter with 7 fouls. And North Haven is a very good free throw shooting team. So I think their game plan is going to be a lot of drive and get fouled, which would make sense to me. But Carson pokes that shot up, and we have a 5-point game again. That was his first 2 points of the night. Capriva's got the ball on the 3-point line, tries to get a shot, but Rory's in his face. McKinley at the top of the key gets it, passes to Holm at the bottom. He's going to try a post move and can't make anything happen. Passes to McKinley, but the ball gets tipped away. McMiniman on the 3-point line passes to Johnston, whose 3 is short, but Carson Scroggins gets the rebound. Tipped from behind by Holm, and Greener comes up with the ball. McKinley's going to dribble the ball down the floor. Again, they're going slow, taking their time. 5-point game, 6:30 left. Why not, right? Tries to pass the ball to Capriva, but Rory's defense is too good. Cody's going to see how far he can get, and apparently he can go all the way before passing it out to Rory. Rory, that 3 was also short. I think that's his 4th 3 tonight. He's got 2 points on the night. McKinley's going to pass it out to Holm, but gets called for a foul because he drug his pivot foot. Okay, Cody's going to dribble the ball on the floor, taking his time. No need to rush. 6 minutes left, 5-point game. Gets a good look at high post. Nate's going to drive in, kick out to Johnston. McMiniman's going to get back outside, kick it back out to Johnston, and Johnston's going to take it baseline out to Carson Scroggins, who can't handle the pass. Devin McKinley is going to dribble the ball down the floor. And looks like the Red Hawks are setting up a play. but it's not the play they ran earlier, which confuses me. But Greener gets the 3. It goes long, and Holm gets the rebound, puts it back up, and it is good. I don't know why they're not doing that play they did earlier where they just threw it up to Holm all night because, I mean, he's got 9 points. Carson Scroggins gets the ball on the baseline and forces up a shot, and it's good. Redhawks looking for points and stops. Points aren't the issue, but the stops are being an issue for them. McKinley gets as far as he can and passes it out to Greener. Greener passes it out to McKinley on the 3-point line. That 3 is close, but no good. Foul, touchy foul, I would say. Called on Greener? No, on Holm. They're Redhawks' second foul of the half. Bolts get it to Nate on the 3-point line. Passes it out to Cody, to Kale, to Rory, back to Cody for the 3, and it's no good. And Greener gets the ball down to Capriva. Capriva goes for the easy 2, but misses it. Tries to go up for the shot again, and gets called for a jump ball. He does not believe that call, but I think KJ has been waiting for that call all night. He's gotten a lot of tips that have been called fouls. 5-point game. Bolts have the ball in their own half with 4:30 left. Rory's going to drive baseline, and it does not fall. Schreier comes up with the rebound, gives it to McKinley, passes it back to Schreier, back to McKinley. Gets a screen and passes it back to Schreier. Passes it back to McKinley. He's going to get it to Capriva on the other side. Greener's going to pull up for the short shot, and it is good. I say short shot, but it was like mid-range, you know, free throw line-ish. KJ gets the ball, passes to Rory. Rory gives it to Cody, who goes as far as he can. Ball gets kicked by Greener, but nothing's called. Cody's going to have it back to Trice again. And Baxter's coach Hasselbrink will call a timeout. We have a 3-point game here in Baxter. Bolts up by 3 with 3:46 left in the ball game. So North Tama's girls played Waterloo Christian twice in a row, which doesn't often happen, but I guess, and it probably worked out well for them because they got to see them once and then prepare for them the next time. They lost the first time by 13, I think, and the second time they lost by 10, so they definitely improved. Yeah, they lost the first time by 14. And then they lost the second one by 10 at North Tama last Thursday. So that North Tama team is definitely the girls' team is definitely much improved from last year. They handle the ball better. They move the ball better. I think next year they're going to be pretty good. They lose Riley McLean on the inside, and she was pretty good. So I want to wish good luck to them next year and in all the other sports they choose to endeavor. And let's see what the offseason does for them. Could be interesting. Could be exciting. Okay, Bolts had the ball under their own basket and inbounds play. Redhawks set up in their traditional 2-3. Very interested and curious why they started in man. Gives the ball to Trice at the bottom, and he makes the easy shot. Good look by Cody. And it's a 5-point game again. Very low-scoring ball game. I think there's been a lot of empty possessions for both these teams. This is the play I've been waiting to see them run. Greener gets the ball on the inside, can't do anything with it, gets out to Capriva. Passes back to Greener in the corner. He's looking for Holm, can't get it to him, gives it to Schreier on the outside, back to McKinley, back to Greener. Gives it to Capriva on the 3-point line. Greener with the ball. He's going to try to take it in, passes to Holm. Nothing called, and the ball does not fall, so the Bolts get the ball. 3 minutes left, 5-point game. Not how I think Baxter was expecting this game to go. Capriva and McKinley both do this funky thing where they go from behind and tip the ball, which is less likely to be called a foul. But sometimes if you give them a little nudge, it's called for a foul. So Capriva's got 4 fouls after he just did that little nudge thing. And Dvorak comes back in the game. McMiniman gets the ball at high post, and now the Bolts are going to swing around the outside. Cody's cutting to the corner, wide open in the corner, and Haas is mad that he was that wide open. I think that was the play they called, but was not ran right. McKinley pulls up for a 3 over Cody's head, and it is a 2-point game. He has 12 points, very impressive for him, averaging about 9. He's got to make up for Rory's tight defense on Capriva, I guess. Capriva comes back in, now that I said that, for Dvorak. 2-point game. And Travis comes in for Carson Scroggins. Johnson comes in for Trice Copper. Both have another inbounds under their own basket. Doesn't really look like they know what they're doing. I don't think Cody knew what was going on. But Cody gets the ball at the top of the key. And again, nothing happens off the Bolts inbounds. Good defense by Capriva. He knows he's got to play safe now, because if it comes down to the shot, they want him to take it. Rory traveled before he drove, and he knew it. Okay, 2 minutes left, 2-point game. Redhawks with the ball. Passes to Schreier in the corner, Greener up top. Capriva has the ball in the corner, gets Schreier up top. Gets it back to Capriva. And they're going to move the ball around. McKinley dribbles around, passes to Greener on the bottom, goes up for the 2 points, and it's a tied game. Greener's got 9 points, which is way above his average of 3, I think I said. I would look it up, but I don't want to miss anything. 1:30 left, tied ball game. Cody goes up for the 3, and he makes it. Like I said, Redhawks coach looking for them to push the ball. Capriva gets the ball on the outside, but Rory's got that tight defense. Good choice by Rory to go above the screen. McKinley pulls up for a long 3, and it's no good, but Schreier gets the rebound. Greener's going to drive in, and it's short. He's going to go again, though. Gets the rebound and goes back up, and it's a 1-point game. Less than a minute left. Each team has 4 timeouts left. I don't know why they're not using them. Capriva tries to go from the back and tips the ball. He thinks it was clean, but ref didn't agree. And he fouls out with 51 seconds left. 6 points, full timeout, so I can look up the stats. And Dvorak comes back in. Okay. Greener has 11 points, and he is averaging 9.5, so above his average. And Thomas Holm has 9, and he averages 3, so way above his average. McKinley averages 9.5, and he's got 12, so Redhawks are definitely making up for the very tight defense played on Capriva. 51 seconds. Bolts have the ball on the sideline. Up by 1. 51 seconds is a long time to hold the ball, especially with these 2 teams I've seen tonight. They try to use like 15 seconds to get a last second shot up, and they end up shooting it before the 15 seconds. So this is definitely going to be a test of both teams' mental abilities, especially if the Bolts foul, because they have 7 fouls and the Redhawks only have 4. So any kind of foul on the Bolts side could be not good. Cody Damon has 18 points so far tonight. Redhawks still in their 2-3, which I don't understand. Dvorak fouls Damon, and they get the ball on the other sideline. Ooh, the ball is stripped from Cody Dandon. And McKinley goes up for an easy layup. Up by 1. 35 seconds left. Bolts have the ball. Now they got to make something happen. Trayton Travis drives in and makes the easy layup. Redhawks call a timeout with 23 seconds left. Trayton's got 8 points on the night, and it's a 1-point game again. I am shocked they did not call that foul when Dvorak stripped the ball from Cody, because I don't know. I don't think these refs are bad. I think they're doing pretty good. Pretty even, I would say, both ways. There are some things I don't agree with, but they're not biased. That's what I'm looking for.
I'm broadcasting a district game. Nope. I was supposed to say something because I'm broadcasting a district game. They're supposed to give me a piece of paper or something to say.
Okay, 23 seconds left. The Redhawks have the ball off of the baseline. It's a 1-point game. Dvorak with the ball up top. I think they're trying to get a very last-second shot. 9 seconds left, so they got to get that last-second shot. Dvorak pulls up for the 3. It's good. And the Redhawks win with a last-second 3-point by the freshman Jared Dvorak, who came in only because Capriva fouled out. 3 points on the night. Jared Dvorak averages 1 point a game, and he got his 1 shot a game, and it was their game-winning 3. So, Redhawks win 43-41 with a very back-and-forth game the entire time. Congrats on the comebacks, lots of good comebacks, and I wish everyone from North Tama good luck the rest of the year. Okay, bye. Oh, and we're broadcasting tomorrow, the girls' game, at 7 as of right now. So, yeah. Good luck, Redhawks. Congrats on the win.
In stream, yeah. On YouTube? Yeah. And then on OBS.